Due to excellent tactics from Real Sociedad, we saw that Barcelona played in a very scrappy way, as they had a very excellent press to force Barcelona to one side. And I have never seen Barcelona commit so many long balls forward and losing so many balls. I've never ever seen that, and this is actually very embarrassing for a team like Barcelona. But before we get into all of the nitty-gritty of the tactics, please do subscribe to the channel, as that will be helping us a lot to get the channel to grow even bigger. And we upload at least 3 times a week, so join the family. I also have a Facebook page linked down below. So let's get right into the tactics. Barcelona also had their usual build-up, say with the back three with Ter Stegen. But we also saw that La Real actually had Oyarzabal coming from an angle to press, while Taki Kubo would actually go through the option that Ter Stegen would actually pass to. Along with the excellent in-game management from the coach of Real Sociedad, they also made sure that even when Gundogan came, they could still press from an angle, and they committed their number 10 to actually come and press Gundogan and the far side centre-back. This forced Barcelona to go long more than they actually wanted to, which was excellent from Sociedad. However, Xavi tried to alter the shape of Barcelona. That is when he had Ter Stegen along with Jules Koundé as a back two in order to force Sociedad, their striker, Oyarzabal, to decide who should he presses, right? But we saw that Sociedad maintained their position. They were cutting out all the options that Ter Stegen or Koundé would have to pass to. No matter what Barcelona did, Real Sociedad maintained their position. Even when Ter Stegen came out to be like a second centre-back, they maintained their position, and Oyarzabal actually still came from an angle to press them. And that forced Barcelona to one side, and they made sure to cut out all the options that Barcelona may have, which is surprising to me because I know Barcelona wants to build up through one side. And they were forced back to Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, and he had to go long. But Barcelona later on started to play very deeply, with Koundé and Inigo going just on the side of Ter Stegen. And this way they could find Gundogan easy because Xavi and Lopez were higher up on the pitch. Gundogan therefore performed a wall pass into Inigo. However, because of their shape and because of their resilience, they still had answers for everything that Barcelona did. And the only one was Gundogan, but Gundogan was hard to find. The few times that Barcelona actually managed to get through the press of Real Sociedad, we did see that our shape actually morphed into a 2-3-5 situation with Araujo and Gundogan and Xavi being our guys in between the lines. However, again, Xavi's obsession with overloading the midfield got to me in this game, and we did see that once Barcelona tried to get to one side of the pitch, we saw that Lopez actually, he went up high into the half space almost with Lewandowski. And we even saw Joao Cancelo joining and overloading the midfield, meaning that at times our right wing was non-existent. And in the second half, we did see that Barcelona also moved to a 3-2-5 situation with Xavi joining Gundogan as a pivot. And once again, Real Sociedad was up for the task as they defended in a 4-2-3-1 situation, marking Barcelona. For me personally, I think that Balde should have been on the bench with Inigo playing there, or even Marcos Alonso with Varane and Lamine Yamal on the pitch. And I would tell you in a second why. Because this is what I would have done as a manager, right? Just build up in your normal situation, right? And then they have no reason to be narrow. And then you can find your pivot in a multiple different ways, because we did see that they pressed from an angle and they actually pressed high, right? You could find Gundogan easily and in the half space as well. So you could have drawn them any way possible, and you would have seen that extra man, maybe like Lopez, receiving the ball in that half space over there if they would press. But no, we want to press narrow, and I know that you guys think that we should play a double pivot because we're conceding, but we even conceding with a double pivot, so I don't know why we shouldn't be playing this. And if you press them to one side, this is where Ferran Torres comes into play, right? Because I think his hold-up play is much better than Lewandowski's. And we know that if somebody actually follows Ferran, then Felix could have the space, just like we had in the previous game, right? And this is my problem with overloading the midfield. Even higher up the pitch, we could have easily reverted to a back three. And I hate this box midfield actually. But then you could either have them block the centre backs, or you could have Araujo dribbling forward right to draw them into a press. And don't forget about Ferran's situation, right? And this is how you can overload the midfield. But Xavi sacrificed our wing to overload the midfield. There's also a bunch of different tactics that I had a problem with from Xavi, because why do you want to overload the midfield when the space would be on the wings? Why would you want to add numbers to a midfield that's already overcrowded, right? And that is my problem. And Xavi, he knows that L'Oreal actually overloaded the midfield, but he wanted to play through that. And he sacrificed a lot of our fluidity and our possession, and also our ball control and the control we had over the game. And those are things we have to look at. Xavi has to look at things like this, because this can't go on like this. Because why on earth we should want to overload a midfield that's already overcrowded when the space is clearly on the wings? Why would you pick Cancelo anyway as a forward? Why would you play three centre backs against a team like L'Oreal? That is giving the opposition too much credit and confidence. However, do subscribe to the channel, as that will be helping us a lot. And also don't forget to leave your tactical review questions. We haven't done that in a few games now. I'm so excited to see what you guys think about this game, or what you thought about it, right? What are the tactics or the problems that you thought that was wrong in this game from Barcelona? And like I said, please do subscribe to the channel. We upload 3 times a week. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and stay healthy.